Hello and welcome to another episode of Mud Talks. I'm Mats. This is a blue Model 3, and if you're very observant, you will notice that it's not my car, it's someone else's car. And it's a Standard Range Plus, and I'm going to drive it for a few hours. The first impressions are that I'm already slightly angry because I like the steering feel of this one better than my own car. Let's just go through the differences and how the looks are the same, stereo are different, the heated seats aren't there, it's slightly down on power and it only has one motor. First impressions are very good. It's black, unlike mine, no carpets, same spacious interior, of course, with space everywhere, and this charging pad is inductive, so it's a third party one. Probably it works very nice. Actually, something I miss. Something has happened because when this Standard Range Plus arrived, as all of you know, you did not get the satellite view. And one more thing you didn't get Spotify, and now you do. But apparently it works. That's a good thing. Do you have? No, you don't have the adjustment of the seat heaters, because in my car you have a tab here for the seats. Here you just have the fronts. But I must say, the stereo is very good. The sound, the picture is very deep, very nice. Maybe you miss a little bit in the bottom and you miss a little bit in the mid-range, but you know, if you don't know, you don't know and you won't miss it. But I do like this car. It doesn't feel very rear-wheel driven either, but it goes. I mean, it goes more than well enough. Could I live with it? Yes, I could. Would I miss the added range? Yeah, maybe a bit, but you know, I've lived with the Kia Soul and with the Ioniq, so I would definitely manage to live with this as well. And the tires this one comes on, it runs on summer tires so far. It's Michelin Pilot Sport 4s, and they're really quiet. I thought they would be slightly sporty, kind of roaring, you know, but they're there, but they don't have the kind of, they're less intrusive in a way, and that's nice. Again in the Blue Lightning. I'm annoyed now, ever so slightly, simply because the car came into this thinking it's the same car, it's just a little bit more power, one motor instead of two, and then a few things you don't have on the screen, like Spotify and TuneIn and so on. And it was, yeah, it was, except that it got now Spotify, which is a good thing. It is a good thing. It's not necessary, but it is very nice to have it. You still don't have TuneIn, but you know, it's okay for most. Does it have the same power delivery? No, it's much softer than mine. It's a bit like going from this one to the Performance. You definitely can feel it. But the ride on this one can be a little bit crashy. I don't know, maybe they reconfigured everybody since I bought mine. I don't know, retuned the damping. But it was kind of, because this can be initially a little bit crashy on the beginning of the suspension travel, a little bit too stiff over potholes and stuff. And that one was much more compliant, much more, it wasn't, a bit softer initially maybe. And it rode a little bit better. This is fairly well judged suspension. It can be a little bit soft, but that's because it's a heavy car. The Standard Range Plus has the same problem. If you throw it into a corner, it will roll. And the steering was so good. The steering on this one in comfort is a bit American-like, a bit very, very easy. On in the SR Plus, it was stiffer, a bit more sporty, and then if you put that one in sporty, I don't know how to say it. It had it felt like it was more in touch with the car somehow, a bit more communicative. Probably has something to do with the four-wheel drive system, that you had removed one of the forward motor, and probably also set up the front differently, and you have a different linkages and stuff, so you can set it up to a different feel. I didn't expect it to be that much of a difference. The stereo is, yeah, you know, you can live with that stereo, no problem at all. And the tires, it was running together with the suspension adjustments. It was a really good riding car. Oh yeah. Did I miss the power? Yeah, you know, yeah, but in everyday driving, it doesn't matter, because you don't use all the power all the time anyway, so you don't really care. I know, I'm surprised. I'm struggling to think now of a better car to buy for that money, and I can't really think of any. Until the VW gets around, and that'll be a different car. I'm sure it'll be a great car, but it won't be that good. And I asked him about the charging of the car, and it charges 100 kilowatts until you reach it 60%, and then it tapers off, and that's perfectly right. That's perfectly right. You know, still, so it charges relatively quickly then, you know, more than good enough for most people. So I'm actually slightly annoyed now. I'm going to sell this one and order a Standard Range Plus and get a tow hitch on top of it and save some money. It's not just the same car, but with less power and less range. It's a markedly different car to drive. And that's a good thing, because it gives you sort of the feeling of differentiation, a bigger reason to buy something other than just the economics, you know. You can justify it on grounds of how things actually feel to drive, and that's wonderful. Both of us who tested it think that you can live with this car. It's more than enough car for everybody, probably. It's a case of, if you want to buy a car, don't try the bigger brother, because then you will, if you don't do that, and you'll be fine for the rest of your life. So that's how it is, okay? If you want a Standard Range, or you want a Model 3, try a Standard Range, buy that one, and then never try a performance or a long range, and you'll be fine. You'll be just fine, because you'll have a very good car. It's very simple. It's surprisingly, as I said, we test drove it, and we drove it. You know, you have to try it, but it just doesn't use any energy. It just doesn't use any energy. It feels a bit, I think, like what the Ioniq could have been, if you sort of. And if you have a long range ride performance and you sort of use that car, you're a little bit on it, then that car isn't particularly economical. I'm sure it's more economical than very much else, but it's not as economical as it could be. And if you then drive, so it sort of goes out, sort of cancels each other out. Not entirely, of course. You will go a longer distance in this car than you will in the Standard Range, but I don't think depending on a few factors, I don't think the difference will be markedly big. Not as big as you might first be led to believe. And it's a damn good car. Thanks again, person who lended me the car. I much appreciated it. If you want to buy a Tesla Model 3 after this, then use this referral code. I will link it down below. Do remember to like, comment, subscribe and all that, and take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.